Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a DIY turkey tail mount for your tail fan and your beard. So, let's get right into the video. Alright, so I got about halfway through making this and realized I should really be making a video on this. So here it is. I'll go through the first steps that I took into making this, and then we'll go from there. So the first thing that I did was I took a chunk of barnwood and I cut it to about an 8x8 square, and then I put a mark right in the dead center of all of that, and then I took a compass and made a curve on the top, and then went on my scroll saw and cut it out, and then I went online and printed out a template of the bottom part for the beards. And so I took that, traced a line around it, went on my scroll saw, cut this piece out, and then sanded the edges. Then, as you can see here, there's a piece on the back right here. And so what I did there is I cut it to the same width as this piece here, and then I went and took my Dremel and dremeled out some holes in there, and I stuck the beards in there, epoxied them in. Then I pre-drilled 2 holes for these 2 screws in the back. So that is as far as I've gotten for now. So now let's get into making the rest of it. So my next steps, I'm thinking, are I'm going to drill the tail to this back piece here, and then drill through the back of this piece and drill into this skinny part right there. So the end product is gonna look something like this is what I'm hoping. So if you want to learn how to make that, stick around. All right, so what I'm thinking is that I'm gonna pre-drill a hole into the turkey fan so that when I put a screw through it, it doesn't crack it. So just on the drill press. Okay, there it is. Nice hole right through the back. There it is on the front. Now I'll go screw that to the bottom piece for the beards. Okay, so I just sort of putting this together here, and what I just want to make sure of is I have enough to screw to the back, and then I want as much on the bottom here as I can. That's what it's going to look like. So I'm just seeing how I want it, and then I'll go ahead, screw the fan into the back, which this is where I want it, so let's go do that right now. Okay, so got it where I want it.
Premiumbeat.com.
There you have it. Let's screw it in there. I'm going to mark a line to where this piece here lines up. Right there and right there. The same on the other side. So I've got where that's going to be. And then I already have 2 screws in the back, so I want to make sure I don't hit those. And then I also want to make sure I don't screw through the beards. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 screws out and move these 2 to the edges, because if you can see, this piece is skinnier than these, so I can't screw to the edges. So I'm going to move these inside screws to the outside and then put the screws from the back in the middle, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put some tape on it just to make sure it doesn't move, because I pre-drilled these holes, so I want to make sure they're still lined up to where they originally were. Okay, now I'm going to go over to the drill press, drill 2 holes on the edges into both of these, and then I'll put some screws in. So I'm just going to take those 2 screws that I took out and put them in these outside holes we just drilled.
Premiumbeat.com.
Now the only reason I pre-drilled these holes is so that it didn't crack when I drilled these in. It is a really thin board here, so it never hurts to be extra cautious. So there you have it, re-drilled. All I did there was I marked how far in these holes are, and then I already made these 2 little notches right on the side, here and here, so I know where it's going to be, and then I can make a little X right exactly where this will be. So alright, so I've got my little dot where I'm going to drill, and I'll go back to the press quick, drill those holes, and then screw it in. Alright, so as you can see here, got those two holes drilled, and then I'm going to go ahead and just drill into this one just to make sure that the holes in the back are lined up. That one's in there just so that the end is poking out. There we go. And then check that, it lines up perfectly. So I'll go ahead. Actually, I took the tail fan out, so I'm gonna go drill that back in. So the screws I put in to the tail fan and the front 2 pieces are 1.5. So also it doesn't have to be very tight. It's just gonna go on the wall. So there we go, as you can see. But so I did that on the back. So that is the finished product right there. And then I have some little hangers I'm gonna go put on the back right here. We should have a little packet of little picture hangers. And I'm gonna put one of those on the back, put this right in the center. Now I'll just do these screws by hand because they're so tiny. Okay, there we go. There's a little hanger on the back, as you can see. So there is the finished product. All right, everybody, so here is the finished product. Now I'll take some measurements of this and get some dimensions so that you guys can go build this yourself. I didn't find many videos on YouTube before, so I figured I'd make one. One other thing, a little off topic, but I did get elbow surgery, so no archery content coming soon. But turkey hunting's coming up, so I'm getting excited for that, and some videos should be coming out of turkeys. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys next time.